This week's parsha is the most important parsha in the entire Torah. You may ask, why is this week's parsha the most important in the entire Torah? Well, let me tell you. Parashah Ekev has rewards and assurances, lessons and warnings. It recounts the Exodus, the carving of the second set of tablets, and Aaron's death. We have praise of the land of Israel in the second paragraph of the Shema. But none of that is why this is the most important parsha in the Torah. The reason this is the most important parsha is because it provides a direct answer to one of the most fundamental of questions. Have you ever had one of those weeks? You know the ones I mean, where you do everything right, but everything seems to be going wrong for you. You have faith that everything is from Hashem, but it's one of those weeks where it's harder to manifest that faith. In a moment of weakness, you break down and shout at the heavens, Hashem, what do you want of me? Well, that very question is asked and answered in this week's parsha. In chapter 10, verse 12, we read the question. And now, O Israel, what does the Lord your God demand of you? And the answer follows. Only to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways and to love him and to worship the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command you this day for your good. Really? It feels like the Torah is minimizing the magnitude of that answer. Only to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him and to worship the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul? That doesn't sound like an only. Hold that thought for a minute. Let's jump ahead a bit before we come back and answer that question. If we look at chapter 11, we see a passage that'll be familiar to many. It's the second paragraph of the Shema. And you shall set these words of mine upon your heart and upon your soul, and bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be ornaments between your eyes. And you shall teach them to your children, to speak with them when you sit in your house, and when you walk on the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall inscribe them upon the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, in order that your days may increase in the days of your children on the land which the Lord swore to your forefathers to give them, as the days of heaven above the earth. That entire passage is about how we internalize the ideas of the Torah and how we transmit them to our children. Have you ever thought about this amazing sequence of events that needed to happen in order for you to be here today watching this video? For you to be here today as a Jew, your parents needed to choose to live as Jews, as did their parents and their parents before them, going back thousands of years. If any one of them would have chosen otherwise, you would not be standing here today as a Jew. One link of the chain breaks and everything after it falls off. Every single person choosing to live Jewishly carries that chain one more generation. But any single person choosing otherwise, that chain is lost forever. Now that may seem like a lot of pressure. So let's read another verse for some help. Chapter 8, verse 17. And you will say to yourself, my strength and the might of my hand that has accumulated this wealth for me. But you must remember the Lord your God, for it is he that gives you strength to make wealth. We learn two things from this. First, be humble, because it's only with Hashem's help that we accomplish anything in life. But the corollary is also true. If you have what seems like a great challenge in front of you, don't worry, you're not in it alone. And therein lies the answer. Let's tie these three passages together. We have in front of us a great task. You are responsible to keep our chain alive and pass it to the next generation. And the way you accomplish that is only to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways and to love him and to worship the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. But don't worry, you're not in it alone. Hashem is there to help you. You do your part to the best of your ability, and Hashem will have your back. So next time you're having one of those weeks, remember, you're not in this alone. It's only with Hashem's help that we accomplish anything in life. That is one reason why this is the most important parsha in the entire Torah. But the other reason is that the most important piece of Torah is whatever piece of Torah you have in front of you right now. Shabbat Shalom, and Am Yisroel Chai.